Hello everyone, welcome to your reading. Okay, today we're going to have 3 piles. We are going to be using some prompts from Between the Worlds. This is Shadowcasting, okay? That's what we're going to use to select our piles. Let's start the little shuffly. Alright, you could be here today to take a break from the chaos, the planning, the delays, because guess what? We are in Mercury Retrograde. We're coming in pile number 1 with the doll's leg. That's a number 5. Your channeled song is Cardi B, Money. Okay, I feel like that's already come out on the channel. That one comes out in readings a lot for me. Okay. All piles today we're going to be exploring releasing limiting beliefs in regards to, so like for example, if during the retrograde you feel like I can't manifest anything, everything's going wrong, there's delays and mishaps, today's reading is going to help us to shift to using more of an affirmation such as I am a powerful manifester. I feel like that's spelt wrong, whatever. During the retrograde, I am always the magician. Okay, so if you need to take a moment while we're doing pile selection or to pause the video, write down what your limiting belief is right now, and then either safely burn that paper, release it, maybe bury it, or rip it up and throw it in the trash. Whatever feels safe and right for you. And then let's switch over, okay? I am a powerful manifester during the retrograde, and I am always the magician. Okay, pile 2. Pile 2. Nothing's coming out, pile 2, so we're probably going to get you the bottom of the deck. We are coming in with number 27, Vertebrae. Okay, your channeled song is Sure Thing. Okay, pile number 3. What I'm going to do is once I see you in your reading today, how about for today, let's just have you pick one pile. The energy feels heavy. If you feel more drawn to more than one pile, you can, but I'm kind of being told like this is we're shadow casting here, so you may only want to get into one pile, and we're going to be reviewing in the book what the prompts are. So when I get to your pile before I start your video, I'm going to give you some information I get from the book. Pile number 3, you have number 36 here. The 3 and the 6 is a 9. It's breaking down to a number 3. Okay, we have a long bone, and we have Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. All right, so take a moment, pause the video, write down the affirmation, write down the limiting belief you want to let go of, and then we're going to get into some shadow work around this, some retrograde work, and shifting this retrograde into a powerful time of manifestation and change as the magicians that we are. Okay, I will see you in your pile. All right, pile number 1. You're coming in with the number 5 card, the doll's leg. Here we're talking about mobility or immobility. Not for all of you, but some of you initially I'm getting you could be dealing with a disability possibly, whether that's mentally, physically, maybe someone in your life has a mobility or immobility. I want to say it like in the right terminology, because I feel like terminology around these types of experiences, right? Like an experience of having a disability or having someone in your life that maybe has limited mobility or not mobility at all, can create new challenges. Okay, so take it how it resonates, whether it's you're dealing with a child, a parent, a grandparent, however it resonates. This could also be affecting some money issues. So let's go in here and see what your message is. Every action begins with a small step. Remember not to get discouraged. Your advice is you are in an excellent position to take your next steps. If you wish to progress to the next level, organize your day planner, discuss the future with a trusted friend, mentor, or partner, and access your short-term and long-term goals. It says assess, not access. So assess your goals here. In my personal life right now, this is not an ad, but I am getting heavily into the Happy Planner. A lot of them are on sale right now. So if you're doing a lot of planning, you may want to go to the back to school pick a card reading that's earlier, maybe a week ago or whatever. It's in the playlist. Pick a card. It's time to do some planning here, okay? Spirit's saying it's time to do some planning. It says doors will open for you with those first tentative steps. Doing this will enable you to determine how and when you will achieve your goals by taking them from the abstract ideal to the manifested goal. Take the steps you need to move forward slowly and at the pace that suits you. Okay, so for some of us here or with people we have around us, maybe even your child, sometimes it's baby steps, okay? Don't freeze or retreat due to being overwhelmed. This card is also a physical and psychological reminder to walk in the fresh air more often, to clear your thoughts and remain physically healthy. Some of you, this could be needing to do a nutrition journal or something like that. Walking on the earth with our bare feet is one of the most beautiful and beneficial ways to connect deeply and feel secure. Okay, so that's like that grounding energy. Have you gone, if you're able to, have you gone outside and put your feet into the grass or into the dirt? Or if you have a mobility obstacle here, first of all, let's change that language, right? Like, let's overcome that obstacle. Let's learn coping mechanisms. Let's do something different. So if you are able to, maybe it's like going online on Etsy or something and ordering like some beach sand, putting it in a box. And whether you're sitting, I'm seeing a wheelchair. So whether you're sitting in a wheelchair or something like that, it's like your aide or your friend or family member or whatever is going to help you put your feet in like a Tupperware of dirt or sand. Okay. So it's like making those modifications that, hey, if I need to physically ground myself with a mobility challenge here, I may need to make some changes to really get grounded. Okay, so during the reading today, we're going to explore what we need to know here. Here's some questions if you want to pause to write them down, or maybe you can like screenshot it if you're on a phone. Are there specific points in your progress where you feel stuck? How do you feel when you take small steps towards a goal? When do you feel frustrated with the pace you are keeping? Do you tend to keep a steady pace when you walk? What would help you keep moving, even if slowly, toward your goals? When do you feel discouraged or stop working towards goals? So maybe choose like 1 to 3 of these. I don't feel like you need to do the extra credit and do the whole list, but if you feel called to, you can. All right, I feel ready. Someone, that's maybe an affirmation for you to work with at this time. I feel ready. So yeah, some of you it's baby steps, some of you it's planning, some of you it's new coping mechanisms. For those of you who are dealing with more of like a parent or a child type dynamic, for some of you, you could work with people that have disabilities. You don't have the disability yourself, but that's like you help people, or you are a health aide, maybe a teacher's aide, something like that. So take this reading how it resonates and kind of shift it to fit if you feel called to and it resonates. So baby steps forward, planning. What do we need to know? For some of you, it looks like this this retrograde could be an opportunity for you to propel your money, okay? So this is giving me like, okay, say that you are some type of health aide, health worker with people with disabilities. You may be doing what you feel passionate about, but feel limited financially. And some of you, it's like you have a physical disability. Maybe you're missing a leg. For some of you, it could also be like veteran. Okay, it's giving veteran energy as well. I do feel like I'm either talking to kind of like a feminine health aide or like a masculine man with a disability. Okay, so like this could really have inhibited your financials, your money. And if you're the health aide, you could just be feeling like, you know, this is what I'm passionate about. Interesting with the Ace of Wands coming out as I'm saying that. It's like, this is what I'm passionate about, but like financially, I'm not where I want to be. So maybe it's financial planning. Maybe it is doing research. Okay, for some of you, it could be watching like inspirational videos. So if you're the person with the disability, it's like, well, how are other people in your situation dealing and coping with this, and how are they making money? So if we feel stagnant or limited, this is the time to get into your magician energy here. Do some research, do some planning, and let's shift. Okay, Nine of Wands. Let's go ahead and be independent. It's like I'm getting independent study. Okay. I had met someone before who actually was an advocate. He was missing a leg, and he would go around and speak to veterans and inspire them. So you may need to like watch videos like that online. Or if you're a health aid worker and you're like, I want to be making more money and still help people, maybe watch videos like that. Like a title I'm seeing would be something like why I stopped nursing, why I stopped being a health aide, and how I'm making more. And so it could be something like you still take that passion, but you rechannel it. Maybe it's nonprofit work, stuff like that. If you operate a nonprofit, you can actually pay yourself as a consultant and make more money there. So really do your research here. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not licensed, anything like that. So refer yourself as needed. If you need to speak to a financial advisor or someone who can help you start something like a nonprofit or help you make a shift, maybe if you can afford a life coach, something like that. But there's also just a lot of free material online and inspirational people that are just waiting for you to listen to their message. Okay, this is like giving contentment. Okay, so maybe this is a message you need today, is like there is hope, there is change. Whatever the situation is, other people are going through it. I'm seeing Oprah, right? So one of Oprah's big things was like, you know, there's not anyone going, there's like, you're not the only one, right? Like one of her main messages was someone else is going through what you're going through. Okay, so this is an ending. Okay, maybe this does require shifting out of something you're passionate into more money, you know, or maybe it is also ending any self-sabotage, but also really with those limiting beliefs. So write out the list. How do I feel limited? If you see yourself like kind of in a complainer energy, always saying the same thing, you've been saying the same complaint for like years, it's like, okay, I have to be willing, able, and ready to make a change, and then I just make my action plan. Okay, Page of Wands. So really be honest with yourself here. Okay, we're coming through with the World, the Six of Cups, and the Hermit. Some of you, it could be time to reconcile like with family in some way, and kind of get out of a hermit mode. Or if you have a disability in a way, whether it's like, for some of you, I'm hearing like leaking fluids. It could be like overcoming the stigma, or like feeling like, for some of you, maybe it's like a diaper, like you're an adult, but it's like a diaper situation, and it's like overcoming some limiting beliefs over like embarrassing situations or scenarios, something like that. So really this time is about like coming into this energy, like I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm not gonna let it stop what I want to do. We have another 10, 3 10s. That also reduces to number 3, which is a very powerful number. Okay, So this is like uniting all of your experiences, the physical body and the spirit. Mind, body, spirit connection, okay? It's also like being honest, like what is really important to you. So regardless of your disability, what else? What is your, I'm hearing what's your top 3? King of Pentacles. Here's your Magician card, guys. You are working on options. You could already be doing this type of work. Okay, for some of you, this is like a confirmation. You already know this. This is actually what you're choosing to work with at this time. So manifesting, right? So we kind of are at this point in your reading where like we know what's going on. We've shadow casted to kind of see like what's the shadow work needed at this time should you choose to explore it. So let's get into like manifesting with this energy. Some of you are already doing this work. You already have your plan on paper, but you're like, okay, how am I going to bring it into the 3D? I have my list. I know what I want to do. So for some of you, you could have maybe even, you could either own a hospital or you could have started a nonprofit or all of the above. Okay. So I feel like I'm speaking to a very spiritually advanced person that has had some setbacks, or maybe you're like, if you're the person that has a child with a disability, it's like, okay, I have people working with them. What's the next best move though? And like as a parent here, like you would know, so trust yourself. But also, what are we manifesting here? And I keep hearing like, what are we creating? So if you're in kind of like a chaotic shitstorm is what I'm hearing. For some of you, it's like, let's sit down and make some plans. Maybe we need a professional to help us. Maybe we're waiting for a new health aide, a new therapist. I'm getting kind of an energy for some, especially those of you with children, and they're the ones that's resonating more with the doll leg here. Maybe setbacks, like you haven't really found quite the right person to work with them, quite the best fit. Even for some people, this could have to do with like assisted living, stuff like that. So what is the message here about manifesting? What do you need to know about your world right now? So for a lot of you too, like when I look back to like what is the channeled song here, it's money. Okay, so yeah, healing any beliefs around money too, especially if you feel like money's always been an issue. Well, guess what? It doesn't have to stay an issue. That can change at any time. So if that's a limiting belief around money, get into your affirmations regarding finances. Money can show up out of nowhere. It happens every day. The Magician again, guys. Stop. Okay, so we have 2 magicians here. You could also have a magician spouse or a magician partner, or if you're the person with the disability, your health aide or your support system could also be a magician. So it's like calling in on that help, whether it's a partner, family member. Oh, we got the Tower. Yeah, we got the Tower. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Also, some of you could be out of contact with family or not have ever had family. I'm kind of getting that energy here too. So for those of you who are feeling very much in hermit mode, like you're harnessing all your creative power right now, it's like double magician for some of you, and some of it's like you are the double magician. And if you don't feel like that, it's shifting into that energy. I can create anything from nothing here. Okay, we have the Tower coming in, but guess what? We also have the Star. So this is almost like for you to get, I don't really like this energy, but I'm going to say what I'm getting. For you to get the money that you need here, there could need to be a Tower moment, or for what the next best thing to happen, the next baby step. Take this as a metaphor. So I'm seeing like a tower, but someone walking off the tower. It's almost like the tower creates the opportunity for the Fool to like go off the edge here. And I mean that in a positive way, and I mean it as a metaphor, okay? What I mean is the creative force here creating this change could be a little bit more chaotic, and then things start clearing up, okay? So don't be afraid to let what is not working for you in your life right now fall away. And for some of you, it's like, okay, to start a new business or a new, you know, whatever opportunities on your radar, or coming up with those ideas for new financial opportunities that you're ready to feel inspired enough to take action on. You're going to have to let go of the current reality for that to come in, and that could create a tower here. The World and the Six of Cups. We also have on the top of the deck Temperance, and the bottom of the deck the Four of Swords. So we have some anxiety here. This is like giving me the energy like you're ready to get back to feeling like yourself, to feeling like maybe who you used to be, maybe before a disability or before you had these other challenges in your life. And for some of you, it's lifelong. Like if you have a child who is still going to need assistance into adulthood, or like say, I'm hearing two things. I'm hearing paraplegic or quadriplegic. I off the top of my head, when I'm hearing it, it's like I can't really tell you the difference between the two, but I feel like it's, you know, for example, someone here could be fully in like a full body type of like electric wheelchair, and it's like that's for life. Okay, so you're either going to have to financially assist this person or pay someone to assist them for life. It's giving that kind of energy. So obviously that could cause some anxiety here, or maybe you are that person. You like to listen to tarot, you're tapping in here, you're tuned in, and that's where you're going to get into more of like the spiritual side, or the spiritual strength. Okay, I've seen the trash truck drive by twice now. Okay, I don't know if that's some kind of sign, trash truck. You could also, like, for those of you who have a child here, they could really like dump trucks or trash trucks, something like that could be a confirmation for you. And I'm hearing the ambulance is going off. So something is like kind of maybe alarming in your world, like maybe it's almost shocking how much you don't feel like who you used to be. Okay, but life is all about change. It's about working with what we've got and tapping into our magician energy. So the energy work is still there. The opportunity is still there. And I really feel like this is a powerful time to either reframe how you're thinking about things or about yourself, reframe how you're thinking about money. And I'm really getting this energy of like with the picture frames, it's like, let's reframe. Like say you had this picture that you inherited of your family members or ancestors, and this whole outer frame broke and shattered, and now all we have is a doll's leg. Let's reframe it. Okay, like this, it's also giving like, kind of take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because it's also like maybe the trauma around that. But it's like, you know, the author of this deck, the Between the Worlds shadow deck we're using today over here, either found this doll or got it on eBay or something like that to use for art. And it ended up in this deck helping you now, whereas someone else could have just thrown that doll leg away. Okay, so if you feel kind of like thrown away in some form, at least for yourself, like be the only person that like did not throw yourself away. Like don't throw yourself away here. Keep trying, keep going. And let's close out with those shadow work list in the beginning here. Let's see your positive message about manifesting, okay? So So this is really about you being the magician of finding your own power. And I hope this message helped you to find that. Don't forget to subscribe. For some of you, okay, you are a spiritual teacher and it's time to turn that into a spiritual business. So really following through, making those plans, writing them out. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. And this could also be taking your experience, either working with or having someone in your life with a disability, or how you overcame through your spiritual power your own disability. Okay, don't forget, you could start a YouTube channel, you could do something online, whether you need some assistance with that, ask for that assistance, find someone to help you, and really tap in here, because it happens every day. People blow up online, money starts coming in, money starts flowing. So like, let's look for other options, other ideas here, and really let this be a time for new creativity and money to flow in. All right, I'm sending you so much light and love, pile number 1. I'll see you in your next reading. All right, pile number 2, welcome to your reading. If you picked the Sure Thing song and the Vertebrae, we do have a number 27 here. That is giving 2 + 7 is 9. It's giving independence. It's giving power. It is giving, let's immediately start getting into your message from the book. We're also going to look at the prompts here to reflect on. So if you want to do some shadow work here, I'll go ahead and put that up a little bit closer so you can screenshot it in a moment. Okay, the message with this Vertebrae card is sometimes we receive external support and other times we need to be our own support system. Okay, the channeled song, it's there's that one line that I was hearing, you be the cash, I'll be the rubber band. Okay, but I feel like I'm speaking to someone who's single. So if you're not single, this may not be your reading. Okay, your advice here is you will receive the help you need in your current project or endeavor. Don't wait for permission to implement your ideas. You have professional support from those in positions of power. Whatever you present will be well received. Follow your gut instincts to support the ideas of others, even if they or their proposals are not popular. Your peers, family, and community require your confidence and sage advice at the moment. You're on the right path, even if you feel unsure or anxious. Keep standing tall and remember to focus on self-support as you move forward. If you have been suffering from back pain, you are on a healing path and are going to experience relief soon. The support you have given over the years to all those in your circle will be returned to you. Okay, so these are some shadow work questions. I would recommend choosing between 1 to 3 of these prompts. And if you feel like doing the extra credit, you can do them all. But that's a little bit deep. And we're relating this to what limiting beliefs would you like to release for the retrograde, and shifting those to the affirmation, I am a powerful manifester. During the retrograde, I am always the magician. So here's your questions. When have you received unexpected support from people? When were you surprised at the lack of support you received? What situations remind you of where support is needed most? Whom do you expect to support your needs most? Can you support your own emotional needs? When have you relied on others for support? How did it feel? And where can you request support? Okay, so if you want to screenshot this page to review at a time of your choosing, you absolutely can. Okay, so I'm going to say there's 2 storylines here in this reading today. Take it how it resonates. Definitely someone single. Your shadow work here. This is either vertebrae, right? It was giving me the piece at the top of the neck. I'm still learning about bones and osteomancy right now. I would say that this is like a piece of the spine, right? And it had that mention about the back pain. So it's like, what about your backbone? One of the additional shadow questions could be like, where do you and when do you not have your backbone? Okay. I'm also feeling like neck pain where your spine connects to the neck, kind of like where your head sits on your neck, that bump behind your neck. So maybe if you're able to and it feels right, kind of like do a slow roll, maybe hold stress in your neck. For those of you who like massages and that feels right, you might want to go get a neck massage, release some stress and tension. The song Sure Thing, it's like your shadow work could be around money or finance issues. Maybe when you're too lax, maybe when you support others to the point where it neglects your own needs. And for some of you, it's like codependency over relationships. It's like, how can I show up for myself and rely on myself emotionally? And when is it appropriate to go outside for that support, and kind of maybe like learning where those boundaries are for yourself, or maybe setting those boundaries for yourself. For some of you, that where you're feeling that more of a emotional side, you may want to speak with a therapist if you're not already. And for some of you, you've actually already been doing this work, and this is a type of confirmation for you. Okay, so let's see. So some of you, it's about I'm really getting some of you about relationships, and some of you about money, and some of it here is like a crossover of both. Okay, we're starting out with the Four of Pentacles, all about stability, all about spending money on what you're passionate about. For some of you, that's like not in your vocabulary. So it's like, how can we get into our creativity? I'm really getting there's a need for like creative thinking here. Like there's a need to like, if you need to tap in with your inner child, if you need to read a kid's book or a comic book or get something fun in the mail every month, something like that. Like let's tap into that. Let's buy a coloring book. Let's do something for your inner child. That's going to kind of make your inner child feel stable. So really getting into something passionate. For some of you, if you've been thinking about like drum circle, the drum is really standing out to me here. Could really like drumming. You could be interested in listening to shamanic drumming. That could really help you. I'm also getting an itchy nose. Okay, we have the Temperance card here. I feel like that is all about being patient with yourself while you're doing this work, should you choose to go down this path. It's all about divine timing. Those of you questioning, like those of you who have already been doing this work, it's like, when am I going to be in a healthy partnership, healthy connection? It's like, when it's the right effing time. Like that's what Spirit's saying. At the right effing time. Okay. Four of Swords reversed. So I feel like this retrograde for you is all about getting out of your head, getting out of your anxiety. For some of you, it's like getting out of the fetal position. Queen of Swords. I feel like I'm speaking to more of a masculine energy. I feel like I'm becoming a divine masculine reader because I have asked for kind of like my niche or my part of the collective to be revealed to me. And this is giving like female problems. So if you're a divine feminine watching, this could be that, for example, you are a man with a female divine masculine, or if you are a man in the fetal position dealing with some kind of like heart on your string, heartbreak energy, it's time to like straighten out your back here and like get up. Okay, I'm getting rise up. It's time to kind of cross over here into a more loving earthly energy for yourself. Okay, it's time for you to rely on yourself emotionally here. So it's getting up every single time. And some of you, I really do feel it's like, yeah, struggling for your passion. Maybe for some of you also, it's struggling to kind of like cut off people when it's when you know it's time to, or cut out bad habits, or make yourself do things when they need to be done. Okay, Six of Cups. I feel like this is struggling to tap into your inner child for sure. So those of you who are interested or who are starting shadow work or inner child work, I'm going to actually pull an inner child card for you, which I didn't in my other spreads so far today. You may want to order like a certain journal to help you. I've been advocating all day for the Happy Planner journal just because I like it, but like maybe like doing fun stickers and like getting a shadow work journal that's kind of darker. Right now they have like the villains line, so it's like for the darker stuff. Or order whatever, or make maybe a creative project for you. Could be like getting those old comic or cartoon books that are laying around and like making a junk journal and then putting in blank sheets of paper inserts for your shadow work. You can also go on to Etsy and order one that's already made if you don't feel like you have the time to do that, to make your own. So let's just go right into the middle-ish. I feel like it's two cards. It's this one sticking out and the one under. So what message do we need to hear about your inner child today? Okay, this is about belonging and inspiration. Okay, and maybe you had a family that blocked your inspiration for some of you. Or family issues that you're having at this time. It's like looking at the root cause of like your childhood and where this came from. Okay, so affirmations that you may want to write down and work with are, I am true to myself and loved as I am. Okay, so like there's nothing wrong with you. You may feel better and kind of resolve some issues here. But like also knowing like you are whole and complete now. Okay, so what do we need to know about your inspiration? For some of you, it's like taking yourself out on an ice cream date, or even like, I'm getting a health conscious energy here. So like taking yourself out for some froyo, something like that. Just yourself. My vision and enthusiasm are uplifting. Some of you, I don't feel like you feel that way. I don't feel like you feel inspired. I don't feel like you feel enthusiastic. So it's like, how can I shift into a more, I'm hearing like conducive or conductive energy. You could be like scientific or into science. So it's like learning spiritually and energetically, like how to shift. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles. I have the Ten of Cups. So really resolving those money or financial issues and tapping into your shadow work, should you feel called to. Okay, so let's get more into the manifesting. So I feel like as you tap more into your inner child, for some of you, it's maybe even like watching a cartoon movie, like whatever that is for you, learning how to tap into your inner child. That brings in your manifestations. I'm getting that older masculine energy that's been around for my readings. Okay, maybe you're a man in your 40s or 50s, and it's like you have so much like professional world, or you're a scientist or whatever. You're a family man. Take it how it resonates. And you may need to tap in with your inner child a little bit more here. Okay, so what's your message about manifesting? What is your message about manifesting? The Fool. All right. All right. See if the Magician comes out in your spread today. I don't think it will, because I don't think I put it back in the deck from pile 1. But I can feel the Magician here. 7 of Swords. This is a sneaky new start. For some of you, it's that sneaky link. Sneaky link is what you need to do your shadow work around. This person may be teaching you a lot. But it's like, is it in alignment with like your highest timeline? With who you want to show up as? With who you want your children to know you as? We're asking those kind of questions today because it's retrograde and this is coming out. Okay, we have the Strength card here. And we have the Knight of Cups. So going into your emotions or like shadow work could be challenging for you. Spirit wants you to know you're strong enough to do this inner work and to let go, like pull out your Queen of Swords here and let go and cut off the people, places, and things that are like not navigating you in the right direction. If you want to tap out of your lone wolf energy, so it's time to get into your inspiration because you're coming out in a very independent energy here. For those of you who are the female divine masculine here, some people could be triggered by your money and your abundance, and it's like doing some shadow work around kind of like letting go of that or not letting other people affect you. I don't really feel like you do, but there's a little message there. Okay, we're coming in with the Justice card. This is my first time seeing this card in this deck. Okay, in this particular Justice card, I can read this two ways because on the scales here, we have one sword, and then we have one, this can be either a scroll or a bone. Some of you may want to consult with a bone reader. Okay. For me, I'm going to be adding the option to get a bone reading into my Etsy shop soon. So your manifestation money is coming through as an example here with a story I'm going to tell you. I recently was gifted out of nowhere a jar of bones. I was told spiritually that they're from a reservation and it's full of bones. Okay. How does that resonate here? Well, your manifestations can come out of nowhere. Okay. Instantly. And you may want to find a bone reader, or you may be called to actually be into divination or be a bone reader yourself. Okay. What else about manifesting? So just an affirmation you may want to work with is it's like I can create from nothing, or it's like people or things show up for me out of nowhere. That's what I would say. And also as a reminder for like 12% of you, it's also like my creativity can come back from nowhere. So if you feel like maybe you even are a creative or an artist, but you are in like a writer's block, or like you don't have the ideas flowing, just remember that can come back out of nowhere. And for some of you, a message here to bring back your inspiration or creativity is going to be like a water cleanse. But I mean, like, do whatever you can. But this card also showing me a lot of water. New York could be significant for some. And it is giving like you may need to go to the ocean and do like a big sea salt cleanse or lake cleanse or whatever you have access to. There's some justice in a work situation here. It could be your creativity. It could also be, okay, you could be, for example, okay, this is just an example. You could be a divine masculine who had like a side chick at work, and whether or not I'm getting that energy that you are single. So like your wife, your baby mama, whatever, has also mirrored back some very sneaky energy and kind of like shown you your shadow side for a lot of you through her actions. But some of you reverse the genders or whatever. She's holding up the fox. So there is either like ex-wife, or like for some of you it could be mother, but it's not giving like healthy mother. There is a mother who is It actually doesn't have to be a mother. For a lot of you, it's a mother. But the Queen of Pentacles, it's like a wifey material. This is a sneaky wife material, and they're working on some shit for justice here. Okay? This is a very gnarly energy of like, I'ma get you. I got my chisel out. You don't see this coming. I'm hearing there's bones to pay. Okay? What's going on in this Nine of Pentacles? The peacocks are standing out to me. There's 2 of them. This is about peacock in the tarot. I feel like is about the subconscious. So you're out here on your world stage doing some, for a lot of you, F-boy shit is what I'm hearing. And you got this Queen of Pentacles. Let's bring her in so you can see her. Okay, there she is. She's holding down some effed up shit here. Okay. She's working on, like, look at these 2 cards together. She's working on some shit. Okay. So for some of you, there's a message here, like, expect some sneaky shit. And kind of like, you may know that this is coming, or like this has already been happening. You have your shield up here. So just keep doing your inner work. Keep focusing on yourself. Tap in with your inner child and kind of like let that play out, kind of detach from it, because it might be some karmic energy that, like, honestly, for a lot of you, you might deserve. So really tap in with your inner strength and try to let go of anxiety. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the 3 of Wands. All right, Spirit's asking you here to really tap into, like, what you really care about. Really tap into what you want to manifest. Really get clarity right now. Because I feel that this is a great opportunity for you to, like, let go of the sneaky people. Let go of the sneaky link. Let go of the... for some of you, okay, it's like the ex-wife controlling you. Let go of that. And for some of you, it's like, finding an inner silence and peace and detaching no matter what. And remembering that some of these sneaky, for a lot of you, it's women, but reverse it if you need to. They find that their control is like getting a reaction out of you. Or they're trying to see if they can still control you even though things are over. So detach from that. Stop giving the reaction. Here's your advice. First of all, don't forget to subscribe if you like the way that I read. And get into your friendship affirmation. So it could be a time for new friendships, for people who are more positive or more aligned with you. Make a date for a play day with 1 or more friends. And to lift up your thoughts and energy and to attract what you desire, use positive affirmations. Okay, so with that, I will leave you. And I'll see you in your next reading. Okay, bye. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose number 36 with the long bone, your channel song is Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. So in this reading, we're going to get into your shadowcasting message, and then we're going to read the advice from the book, get you some questions I will put up close so you can screenshot them should you choose to. And the reflection is kind of like shadow work prompts, journal work prompts, or something you could... Sometimes for the journal prompts, if you're not a writer, if you don't like to write your feelings, you could speak them to like a voice recorder on your phone and then listen to them in a non-judgmental way. That could really help you here. Okay, so your message is differentiating between what you can and can't control is the key to successful time management. Okay, we also have a time frame here of months or years. So if you're looking in your life at like a specific set of time, whatever, that could resonate in this reading. And your advice is, Whatever is taking a long time for you right now is out of your hands. Don't push back against it or abandon your project because you are sick and tired of the long haul. It will work out to your benefit, and you are actually doing a great job. If you are not currently in this situation, expect something you thought would be quick to take a lot longer than anticipated. Okay, that is some heavy retrograde energy. I'm going to say that again. If you are not currently in this situation, expect something you thought would be quick to take a lot longer than anticipated. If you are just waiting for an outcome, you can use the extra time to plan your next steps wisely. You're doing a great job with optimism. Don't stop now, because a good outcome is likely. Sometimes no answer is a good answer. Keep focused as you are, and each day will bring you closer to your goal. If this is about health, allow yourself the proper amount of time to heal before rushing back into something. All right, here's your questions. I recommend doing between 1 to 3 of these. If you want the extra credit, you can do all of them. You can screenshot them right now if you want to look at them later. What do you find yourself wishing you had more time for? When do you wish things would speed up? What is the longest you've had to wait for an outcome? When do you find yourself most impatient? When do you procrastinate? When have you acted quickly but had to wait regardless? Okay, so let's get into your tarot cards. Today, we're looking at what are your limiting beliefs that you'd like to release during this retrograde. And we're looking to change your affirmation to, I am a powerful manifester during the retrograde. I am always the magician. Also, thank you guys so much for your Cash App donations. I do have that link below. I really appreciate it. Helps the channel, helps get new cards. Let's get into your reading. Okay, so the timing here, it was saying months or years. All I want for Christmas is you. And we have the long bone. This is giving me the energy. Maybe you're waiting for a particular person. So it's like maybe your message is to get out of the sense of waiting. And it was saying that something you don't expect could end up taking longer. So what can you plan in the meantime? Okay, a lot of these readings today have been getting into planning. We have the Hierophant. Okay, maybe for some of you, you're on the spiritual path and you thought you'd be like at a higher level by now. Some of you had to take a break from your spiritual path or a break from your family for your spiritual path. Okay, something about Christmas. Maybe some of you haven't been home for Christmas in a while. I'm getting that energy of traveling. So you could be maybe traveling for longer than you thought. We got the Strength card here. We also have the we have the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Over here was the Knight of Pentacles. Some of you, I feel like, are asking here, like, why, Spirit, why is this taking so long? Or maybe some of you, like, wanted a family, have been asking for a family. We have 2 sevens. That's a 14. That's a 5. So you're waiting for maybe a change in family, whether that's, like, you want a family or you've had to... For some of you, I'm hearing, like, partner walked away. We do have the Magician. He's back. She's back. I feel like this message is about you creating an opportunity while you're waiting. So whatever you feel like you're waiting for, that's going to be different for everyone. It's creating an opportunity here. I'm hearing stealth mode. Okay, we have the High Priestess. That's a match. I'm hearing like Bonnie and Clyde. I'm getting like, I think there's a Jay-Z song called Bonnie and Clyde, or maybe a Beyonce song. I don't know the song, but I'm hearing for you to look up that song. 4 of Pentacles. I think you're waiting for a stable connection here, a family. It's for some of you, a marriage, someone to spend Christmas with, someone who has a lot of options but chooses you. you have all of this abundance following you. So you may be someone who's like really abundant, has like your shit together, and you're like, where's my match? I've been asking, I don't see them. Maybe you've seen a glimpse of them, or you know who they are, but you're not like, it's giving that you're not together. Or for some of you, it could have been a betrayal by your partner. Like if you do feel like you have this, or you have had this energy, it was like a betrayal happened. So you're wanting to get back to like stability. For a lot of you, it could be like a mental stability is what I'm hearing. We have the 7 of Wands. Meditation can very much so help you at this point. The 3 and the 6 together with the long bone is a 9. So a lot of you, I'm getting the energy you're single or you're separated. You may be like legally married, but you're separated. Or you're like in your 30s or 40s or whatever, and you're like super single. I'm hearing single and ready to mingle. Okay. So for you, I feel like your message is to release the limiting beliefs around how long this takes, around what are your own independent goals. For a lot of you, I'm getting you've met your goals, but your partner is not here yet. Like your family's not here yet. So like, what do you want to plan in the meantime? What are you really passionate about? I'm hearing like, for some of you, it could be taking a new dance class. That could actually be where you meet your partner. Okay. So for some of you, it's needing to put yourself in position. You can be asking for this all that you want. And if you are not in the position, and I mean like in the physical world, if you are not putting yourself in locations where said high priestess can cross your path, if you are highly spiritual, you're into meditation, and you want that partner that's a match for you, are you showing up to yoga class? Are you taking that spiritual retreat? If you love to dance, are you going to ballroom class? If you like to rock climb, are you currently going to a climbing gym? Or are you someone who goes off in the middle of Utah by yourself and signs your name in on a book so that if you go missing rock climbing, I'm getting that book, sorry, I think it's a book and a movie, where the guy like goes rock climbing by himself and ends up having to cut his arm off because he's by himself and something happens. Some of you could get something or inspiration from that book or movie. Okay, so like, am I putting myself in position to meet this person? This is giving me very much lone wolf, solo energy. Okay, so that's how you can manifest it. Like, show up somewhere new. That's easy. This is that's some of you, it's an affirmation too. Like, this is easy. For some of you too, I'm getting the energy like it's like shifting into the energy. It's easy for people to love me. So if you feel like your inner childhood wound, I feel like you definitely know about it, is like you feel like it's hard to love you. That could be a limiting belief to shift to it's easy to love me. The person who's right for me is gonna step up and enjoy me as I am, join me on adventures, and we're going to co-create together, because this is someone with a lot of spiritual power. I do feel like I'm speaking to a man right now. I feel like it's a divine masculine, you're the magician, and this is a high priestess, but you also, both of you can easily shift in and out of that energy. Okay, so all I want for Christmas is you. How do we manifest this? Things at work could feel like they're going wrong right now, or start to. You could have a delay on a project that actually brings you into, I heard union with someone. So that could be like you were supposed to travel for a project. Well, they just delayed it to next year. You do something with automotive or construction, and the parts or equipment you need are on back order or lost at sea right now. So we're in August right now. So yeah, things got shifted to next year. We don't work in the winter months. We missed the fall opportunity. That's not until literally a year from now. Okay, so it's giving that kind of energy. All right, we have the Knight of Swords. You feel, your energy feels very mentally focused to me. There's not a lot that can truly distract you from like what you really need to do. We had the High Priestess again. I will say whoever your High Priestess is has been getting visions of you, and they see you. Okay, ew, I got full body dreams. They see you. Okay, so if this is someone you haven't met yet, they're getting visions. That could be a mutual energy. You could have seen this person in your dreams. You also both could have manifested each other. And it's just like, okay, in a matter of months or years, you guys cross paths. This is cool energy. I'm hearing that's hard to believe. Okay, so that's your belief system. Believe that this is possible. Oh, but the devil's out here tempting you. Okay, you could be also, a message for some of you could be to work through your addictions at this time, because this is coming in once you kind of clear that. 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. This is a cute 6 of Pentacles. So as you heal issues around codependency or addiction or whatever you feel is tying you up, snake energy. For some of you, it could be your job or career. So if you're like heavily in the office, but you're an outdoorsy person, it's like, let's find this balance of like, making your life where it's like not work. What you're doing, what your day looks like doesn't feel like work. Okay, because you're going to be wanting to spend all day with this person when this union occurs. The Lovers. This is a romance reading, guys. Page of Wands. You guys could also be having remote communication, or this person speaking to you in your dreams. It could be like creeping you out right now. So for some of you, it's like, this is real. This is a lot, but I'm going to take it because I feel like a lot needs to come out here. Okay, top of the deck is 5 of Cups and the bottom's the Empress. Some of you could have like an ex-wife or already have a child with someone else that you're like financially involved with, but you're not really like passionate about that connection, or like it's too hard for you to like be either present or be like father to that child or whatever. You could have also lost a child, or your partner lost a pregnancy in the past, or flip that energy if you need to. This person that's coming into your life has something they want to say to you. So they've definitely been manifesting you. For some of you, like 5%, this is someone you already know, and they feel like you walked away from them, or they had to walk away from you. Okay, so for some of you, initially it was giving you haven't met them, but there's some of you who have met them. 9 of Swords. I don't think that you see that there's a shared depression here, especially if you are the masculine that's been watching for a while here, and you have been watching there's a collective that's been watching where there's like the masculine up at night in the 9 of Swords. You may not know that the feminine's also in that energy, and the 8 of Swords. Okay, you guys both are like feeling mentally trapped here. Someone here could be an Aries. These are 2 empty thrones and 1 has a crown. Okay, so I'm getting that as one or both of you, and like when one of you does, the other mirrors it. When you get out of this mental trap, mental anguish, mental pain, the other one follows suit, and then you take your throne. You both have to decide to take your throne and not walk into, like, blindly walk into any more traps. Okay, the bottom of the deck here, we have the Guide, and under that we have the 5 of Wands. So if you feel like this is resonating and this is yeah, Let's see what your guide has to say about what you're struggling with here. Okay, so let's pull some advice cards. So this retrograde for you is going to be about doing those journal prompts if you feel called to. We have the patience card. Have patience as you work through any control issues at this time. We have forbidden. I feel like you may have done something that you felt like an ancestor or spirit guide telling you not to do. You had like a gut feeling that you ignored. You may have done something, or kind of like, I'm seeing like this sword like cutting someone and they're bleeding, and so it's giving me like energetically you may have done something to someone that was forbidden. Like specifically a guide told you don't do that. Okay, that could be why you're struggling right now and struggling to be patient with yourself during healing. Your counterpart or you are definitely a fire sign. And we have a blessed change coming in. A major life change brings you great blessings. So just know that things are shifting here as you come into, I have 4 of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so what can you celebrate at this time? We also have the 4 of Pentacles. So that's kind of like celebrating your stability, your abundance. Okay, but like there could be a message here of don't like over celebrate. Don't, especially I'm getting a warning about drinking too much, possibly like someone putting something in your cup, something like that. It's time to really confront your self-worth. And we have the 3 of Swords here. So any heartbreak that is kind of shared here, your guides are saying it's time to look in the mirror. Like, what did this person show you? For those of you who haven't met this person, it's like, what is, are you open to what this person's going to teach you? Because if you haven't done your own inner work, you're not going to meet this person until you do. And for those of you who have met this person, you've met your counterpart. Some of you, you have had an intimate like encounter with them. We have the 10 of Pentacles, recognition and reward, and you've got the power. Use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. So it's like your guide is reassuring you. It's interesting because we have walking across the tightrope again. That could resonate with someone from like a movie, or like if you're scared of heights, it's like, let's address this. Okay, we have the Children card and the Risk card. Okay, your connection with children is part of your life's purpose. I'm going to take 3 more. Surrender resentments, stand your ground, and sacral chakra. So some of you, it could be a lot of shadow work needed about standing up for yourself, about like, think of stand your ground and how that affected you in childhood, or like when you don't stand your ground, when you feel like you should, or like your spirit guide's telling you you should. Where does that come from? I'm hearing that song, where does it come from? I don't know what it says. Where does it come from? What do you do? It's like a really high, fast-paced song. Could resonate for someone. The sacral chakra, I'm definitely getting throat chakra here. My voice is like almost like shot right now. So you can need to really speak your truth about something, either with yourself or someone else, or maybe it's like making amendments is what you're working on. We have holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. At the bottom of the deck, we have loyalty and patience, please. What you're asking for is coming about. Have patience, as there are unseen factors that need to occur first. You may want to check out the last reading or two, because I feel a similar energy there. I don't know which reading it is off the top of my head. But just remember, you're always the magician, and at any point in your life, you can make a change from nothing. All it takes is a decision, some planning, and some action. Really believing in yourself, forgiving yourself or others. The red umbrella could be significant for someone. There could have been a significant or special day where there was a red umbrella involved. Okay, that could be a type of confirmation for someone. I'm getting full body chills when I say that. So definitely for someone that's bringing up a certain memory, that could be a link to what you need to resolve. Okay, pile 3, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for being in your reading today, and I'll see you in your next reading. Okay, bye.